O'Savion Buckner is originally from Texas, but right now he's living in Truro, Nova Scotia, playing for the Truro Tide. O'Savion, thanks for joining us on the Atlantic Sports Wire. How are you enjoying living in and around Truro and playing for the Tide?
It's a great experience. We're a great group of guys. Everybody's been welcoming since day one, as far as, plays and as far as telling me where grocery stores are at. We all just help each other, and I think that's what's helped us been so successful so far.
Yeah, and this team has been successful, undefeated so far, albeit early in the regular season, but still a 0 in the loss column. Mm-hmm. Other than what you just said, what has been a couple of keys for this team to gel together and to have such early success?
I think we're just dedicated to holding ourselves to a higher standard. It doesn't matter if we're up by 20 or we're down by 5. We always try to continue to play better. It doesn't matter who's in the game. So accountability is probably our number one driver for our success.
And a couple of your teammates, well known to basketball fans in this area, Tyrone Watson, as well as Tyler Scott. What have they meant to your development with the Tide early on?
They've just been great veterans, just for each and every one of us. I'm not the only one who is on this team as a first-year professional basketball player. So they really kind of, teach us little tips and tricks as far as, running the plays, ways to, get to a certain spot, get there efficiently, ways to play defense more efficiently. They've just been great leaders for this team, and that's why we will continue to have success.
So let's get back to your days in Texas and beyond there. But tell me a little bit about, where you were from, O'Savion, and, what your earliest recollections are of playing basketball.
I was born in Houston. We moved to the Dallas area about, kindergarten, first grade. Then, me and my brothers, we played basketball, but just, recess and backyard. There wasn't really nothing serious. 7th grade is when I started playing organized basketball in Frisco, Texas. And that's really when I got my feet wet, as far as learning how to play the game, the rules, and things like that. 8th grade, we moved to Celebration, Florida, which is in the Orlando area. And that's where I really started to pick up my game as far as, scoring and really wanting basketball to be something that I want to do in life. From there on, I went to high school, played 2 years of high school basketball, went to college, 4 years at Trinity College, and here I am.
You had a taste of playing internationally as well over in Armenia. What was that experience like?
So last October, I went for a tournament in Armenia, and I do think that it is something that every basketball player should experience, going overseas. It was, for me, I just think that it was a cherishable moment. Our team didn't do well, but I feel like it was my first chance to really see how my game and my skills translated to the pro level against other people that have been doing this for several years. I personally did very well, so that's why I continued to work hard, and that's why I feel that Truro has brought me here.
You've got a reputation as being a really great teammate and willing to take on whatever role the team needs. What does that mean to you, and why are you that kind of player?
I think that comes from my background in college. I wasn't the guy that always started every game. I wasn't the guy that was always a star player. Freshman and sophomore year in college, I was really the guy that, sat on the end of the bench, and I had to learn that you have to be willing to do anything to get in the game. You don't always have to have the physical attributes to play defense in order to want to play defense. Defense is about heart. Rebounding is about heart. On offense, you may have to be willing to sacrifice scoring in order to pass to an open teammate or a teammate that is going good that game. So my job for the Truro Tide is to come in and bring energy. And I feel that coming off the bench and bringing energy is something that, any team needs because, the starters, they can start off the game well. They can start off the game, at the same pace as the other team, or they can start off the game poorly. But the people off the bench, if they come into the game, light a fire, that really helps the starters so that when they go back in, everything starts clicking.
Fans that are going to come out and watch you and fans that are going to watch the live stream, what are they going to see when they watch the Truro Tide play?
They're just going to see a team that, we work as one. All 5 guys, we're going to try to look for each other. We're going to push the pace when we can. On offense, we're going to play really organized, and defensively, we're looking to shut them down. We really try to focus on scouting report. Coach Pat does a great job with preparing us before every game so that we know certain guys that we need to key in on. So I do think that we should play really well tomorrow.
O'Savion, I always like to ask food-related questions to athletes. So with your time since you've been in Truro, is there a place that you really enjoy eating? Is there a food that you've had that you're kind of like, oh, that's really good, I got to have that again?
There is a certain place, I can never remember the name, but it is a Jamaican spot. It's run by a mother and her daughters, I believe. They've done a wondrous job for us, and always, having food prepared for us. They've even come to one of our home games. I pray that they're there tomorrow, but my favorite thing that they make for us is the beef patties. Those are by far one of the best things I've ever had.
Now, if I said to you, O'Savion, I'm heading to Dallas, I'm heading to Houston, what would you tell me that I had to have to eat when I'm in Texas?
That's a great question, but I would probably say a burger. There's some certain spots like Fuddruckers. That's a really good place to try a burger. I personally haven't had it, but a lot of people from there say it's a great spot. I do think that In-N-Out is also a great spot. It's a Western place, but they're kind of migrating all over the country. So, and another staple in Texas is barbecue. A lot of barbecue places are really good. So barbecue is a big staple in Texas.
I may know the answer to this one, but a lot of folks say Kansas City barbecue is the best, and a lot of folks say Texas barbecue is the best. What do you think's the best?
I gotta say Texas. I've never been to Kansas City, but nah, Texas is the best.
All right, and then you spend a lot of time in Florida, especially as a young man and in college. Have you ever gone to any of the amusement parks in Florida?
I have. I've been to all of them, from Universal, Disney, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, you name it, I've probably been there. If I was to recommend you one, I think that Epcot is great and Universal Studios is great as well.
You a roller coaster guy?
Not really, not too much. I go with my family, not too much.
So when you're at these amusement parks, what's your favorite thing to do?
I'll go on a ride that it's not, if the scare level is like a 5 out of 10, I'm not going on one that's super high or super fast. It's got to be, one that I know that I'm going to be safe. As a tall guy, I'm not really comfortable with heights. So as long as it's, safe for me to fit in and I feel secure, I'll ride it.
Basketball consumes a lot of your life, right? Whether it's playing games, whether it's going over film, studying a team, practice. But when O'Savion Buckner is not playing basketball and not practicing, what are you doing just to unwind and relax? What's you time like?
It consists of listening to music, being on the phone, talking with friends and family, reading sometimes. I'm still on my 5th year of college, so I just get some college work done. I doodle a lot. I can draw, so I think those things really help me just to unwind my mind.
Okay, the one thing that just jumped out at me is you doodle a lot and you like to draw. Is it like sketch art? Is it just with a pen, marker? What kind of stuff do you like to draw? Because I'm super curious about that.
Normally, I like to just draw faces. I like the detail of drawing a person's eye. I like to draw shoes. That's one thing that I've been into ever since, middle school. I love drawing like, Kobe's or Jordan's and just making my own designs on them. So yeah.
O'Savion Buckner, what a pleasure it has been to speak with you today. Thanks for your time, and we certainly wish you continued success with the Truro Tide and your basketball career.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.